if there's only one God, then that God has a description.
Yeah.
So if you believe that God is the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, then you will be praying to the Christian God.
Yeah.
If you believe it's Hare Krishna or Vishnu and all of these different things, you'll be a Hindu. So if you're praying to a creator, all-powerful, all-knowing, that you cannot visualize this image, you don't believe it's an image you can visualize in your mind that created everything and sends guidance to people, then that is a description of the Islamic God that is not a description of the other God.
So I'm already doing that. I'm just not seeing it as Allah.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Because some people think Allah in the Arabic language just means God, the God, right? The creator, the creator of everything. That's why the Christian Arabs use the same term, use the word Allah. Because Allah means God, right?
Yeah.
But that God has descriptions, the ones I'm telling you. If you agree with the descriptions, then you agree with the understanding, Islamic understanding of what God is, right?
But what about, can you not say that the Christian, obviously Jesus' father, is the same sort of thing as what you just described?
Majority of Christians believe in the Trinity. 3 in 1. Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and the Father are 3 persons in one being.
Jesus is the Son, and the Father is...
I'll answer you in a second.
You have to go through Jesus to get to the Father, but the Father is the main...
This is the point. Christians will say what he say. They will say, no, we believe in the Trinity, and the Trinity is that the 3 are equal and co-eternal, and they're one being, 3 persons. That's what they will tell you, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, why I say to them that no, that does not make any sense, because if you claim that the 3 are equal, co-equal, co-eternal, that means they should have all the same characteristics and attributes, correct?
Not necessarily.
So how are you equal if you don't have that which the other person has?
We don't have the same characteristics. So, for example, in we would be equal as humans, right? But we've got characteristics.
No, but we're equal in one thing in the eyes of God, which is accountability and responsibility and reward.
But then what you would argue is if you believe that God is omnipotent, all-powerful, etc., do you not think he would be able to send down, let's say, a form of himself in a human form for people to understand? He would be able to do that, correct?
You know what you said would sound very funny, but the thing is, when you claim you're Orthodox, the Orthodox they hold the values of the Church Fathers. They accept the traditions. So now, when you ask your question, can God not send himself? We say you're already now, okay, that which will God send, is it God or is it an entity separate from God? Which one is it?
Well, it could be God in a separate entity to himself. And the reason that I would say that we can't take it is the Trinity came about after Jesus. Jesus never mentioned the Trinity. And in the Bible, it doesn't necessarily mention the Trinity.
You should come this side, yeah? Because this is what we say, isn't it?
No, but I agree. It doesn't necessarily mention the Trinity. It's how the early church fathers managed to describe it.
Okay.
What we can go and what we base it off is based off the Bible. If the Bible came about at the time of Jesus or within, 60 plus years in terms of certain of the Gospels.
That's not true. The concept is that there are 3 co-equal, co-eternal entities.
Yes.
And they are persons, they're not beings. And there are 3 persons in one being. This is what Christians have innovated, right? What they did is they tried to say that the person is different from the being. These are 2 different things. You have a personhood and a being. This is what they did in the Greek, for using the Greek philosophy. And then they said that God is just one being,
correct,
but it's 3 persons. Because they don't want to say it's 3 gods. Do you claim the concept of the Trinity? Leave the word, right? Do you believe the concept of the Trinity is biblical? Does it exist in the Bible? Does the Bible preach the Trinity? Yes or no?
Yes.
So does the Bible teach it or no?
I would say the Bible explains, the Bible gives us the reasons to believe that.
What you guys say, it is the claim of when they were written. There is a difference between I claim this was written 65 AD and the carbon dated manuscripts that I have, the earliest traces back to 65 AD. You know the difference between the 2 now? So I can claim the Quran was written 10,000 years before. Second point is the idea of the Trinity in the Bible. I've read the Bible from beginning to end.
Certain elements of the Bible, and I would have to find where the exact quotes are of God praying to Jesus. There would be arguments where Jesus
God praying to Jesus or Jesus praying to God?
No, God praying to Jesus. Obviously, Jesus praying to God.
Which God praying to Jesus? The Father?
The Father praying to Jesus.
The Father never prays to Jesus.
I would have to disagree with you there.
Okay,
I'd have
Google
to
it.
Find it. I'd have to
Google it.
I'd have to show you.
I'll actually, this will be a history discovery because it's not there. Okay, you know what? I'll give him £200 if it's true. Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, you claim
the Father.
Sorry?
So he's saying the Father prays to the Son. I haven't.
No, he will show us now. We'll let you find it. Jesus says in the Bible, in John chapter 5, verse 30, he says, I by myself can do nothing as I hear a judge, for I seek not my will, but the will of the Father who sent me. So he gets the power from God.
I would in my opinion, that would further reinforce the Trinity, as they're not separate entities that can do whatever they want, and they're in one.
No, but where does the Father say, I by myself can do nothing? That's what you'll never be able to find.
It doesn't have to be though.
No, you're claiming this is true about Jesus and everyone else, but you have no evidence to show that. Do you agree there's no such thing as the Father praying to the Son?
No.
Google is very advanced. You know, if it was there, it will pop up straight away. You know.
The thing that I'm searching for is not advanced.
Yes.
It's God speaking, and He says, and I worship the same way X, Y, and Z is. And I'm not sure if it's in Old Testament or in New Testament.
You said the Father prays to the Son, not He says I worship this and that. This is very, very particular what you said, because we have the Son in particular clearly praying to the Father, and Jesus commands the Holy Spirit, and all of that is there as well. But the Father is the top always. That's why church fathers, when they disagreed, Arius, when he was arguing, when he was arguing against Athanasius in the councils, he believed in subordination. He believed the Father is on the top. The reason he believed that is the text. He believed the Father is above everyone else. Jesus is a subordinate entity. That's what he used to believe, and which now labeled as a heresy, right? But when you read the text, you realize that they're not equal because they don't have the same knowledge. For example, Mark 13:32. Jesus says, "No one knows the day or the hour, day of judgment." Right? In fact, he explicitly says the only true God is the Father.
He says explicitly.
Yeah, in John 17:3. So if only the Father is the only true God, then anything else is a false God. If you're the only man in Leicester Square, then everyone else is not a man. Like, it's as simple as that. I'm saying you guys accept it to be true. And therefore, if you accept it to be true or accept what it says, then I'm showing you even your own text doesn't agree with the conclusions that people believe today. It's like coming to the Quran, where it doesn't say that Prophet Muhammad is the messenger of God or something, and then we believe he's the messenger of God. Now, why am I saying what the Quran says is more reliable? Because I can show that the Quran is from God. Based on that, I know this is, God knows more history than anyone else. So if God is saying this happened, then this happened. That's why I believe these things to do with Jesus' life, or what he did or what he didn't do. So it's irrelevant which point it came out in history. Is it from God or not?
I would, my friend, it's lovely to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Muhammad.